Happy eclipse season, Pisces. Let's take a look at what you need to know as you end 2020 and prepare for 2021. Let's see what messages come through for you as we await the solar eclipse in Sagittarius at the new moon, of course, on the 14th. And let us use the Shadowscapes Tarot to do so. The Chariot card is your first card out. Beautiful, Pisces. Forward movement, victory, possibly a Cancerian energy who's very central to your life currently. But I definitely see the victor standing out in this card. Crossed with the Devil card, possible Capricorn energy. We do have the full moon in Cancer on the 30th, so this could possibly be speaking to that energy for you, with both Cancer and Capricorn energy showing up. But my first initial read on this combination as what's covering you and what's crossing you, Pisces, is that somehow some forward progress, some serious forward progress, some seriously victorious forward progress has been able to, is in the process of happening for you, even though some of you are still feeling trapped and stuck in some sense. Now, for some of you, this is a Capricorn energy who is aiding you in your victories on your path along your way. The Devil card crossing you here. For others of you, I think it is the fast-paced nature of what has progressed you this far, so far, that led to this situation where you do feel trapped in some way, but still some forward movement was pushed along. Because you also have the Eight of Wands showing up in your past position, Pisces, as what's gotten you to this point. Also, very quick forward movement. You headed headlong into this victorious position, and yet the Chariot card, Pisces, does bring with it the message, often, usually, that victory is only the beginning. So there is a long path after that victory that you are now committed to as this sort of champion here in the center of your reading. Let's actually see if we can fit your bottom of the deck up this way. Okay. So I do think that for many of you Pisces, that could absolutely be what is leading to this feeling, this sensation of being trapped in some sense. Maybe now feeling that you are too committed to a working situation, too committed to being a workaholic of sorts. Perhaps that fast movement and others' quick responses, messages about your progress is what, as I said, tumbled you into this situation where you are this victor, and victory is only the beginning of your path. And now that you see how long you will be stuck in this position, commitment, job, title, etc., you're leaning more into that feeling of but I'm stuck in this, but I'm trapped in this. It's sort of like you can move forward at this time. You have been quickly speeding forward at in the recent past and at this time, but only on this train that you're now already on. You've bought a ticket. It's moving quickly. When can you get off of this train? When does it stop? Where does it stop? That's what's giving you this feeling of trapped. You're already in it. You're already committed. It happened very quickly. And when your ego is quiet, Pisces, with the Knight of Cups up here, the Knight of Chalices, it is cups in this deck, but chalices, water, in reverse, in your crowning thoughts position, we see that you're questioning the honest affection of the situation. Are you receiving honest, true affection, what you believe that is, what you define that as in this situation? Whether we are talking about a work commitment or a personal commitment that you have been victorious in and now feel a little stuck in. If it is a romantic situation, Pisces, that you're relating to this, I do feel like there may be something toxic here. The tie, the bond may be more like an addiction than a healthy relationship. Or at the very least, there may be some toxic element aspect of the effect that you all have on each other. Unless it's a Capricorn energy here, unless we distinctly recognize and relate to the Cancer Capricorn energy that we pointed out they could be representing. And the same could be true if it's a work environment, a working situation, then still, rather than it being a trap or toxic, it could be a Capricorn energy. That is just for some. That is just for a few. For the many, though, I see that sense of feeling trapped, even though the train you're on is moving forward. That's a great way to say it. The train you're on is moving forward, but do you want to be on that train? You're questioning that, and many of you have answered the question even and decided, you feel stuck. Sorry about that. I'm doing some incense things behind the scenes here. On the bottom of the deck, we do see the Six of Pentacles, the Six of Coins, reminding us that you get what you give. And in your advice position, you're advised with the Temperance card toward quiet, effortless focus. Sorry about any camera shaking there. Toward finding a precise balance, a precise mixture. Very likely between upholding the responsibilities of this victor who's now on a path, at only the beginning of a path that they're committed to, and weighing out just how trapped, just how toxic the situation is, and how you can begin to remove yourself from it if that's what you want to do. We see the King of Cups in the outcome, in the future position here. So we know, Pisces, that you are emerging from this situation, leaving this situation behind at the end of the month or the beginning of next year. With a sense of feeling like yourself, in control of your life, comfortable in your own skin, and very much back in the seat of being the master of your emotions. Whereas this opposition here, feeling trapped while speeding forward, is going to leave you feeling out of control and of your emotions as well, at least for a moment. So that for some of you, that it is just a moment that you need to check yourself, and for others of you, it may get the best of you if you don't check on that soon enough. And regarding what the specifics are, of course, right? Whom or what is it that you're not receiving honest affection from, that is making you question your worth, perhaps, or making you wonder, is this honest affection? Is it a lover you're very entangled with? But for most of you, I feel like it's something from your past, or someone from your past who confuses you very much, who invites you to obsess, to fantasize. So it could possibly be an ex-lover that you've finally been victorious with and now realize that that's not necessarily what you want for the long haul. Or a work, career, education situation that you're simply too close to, that you're very, very close to, and you're over analyzing the situation to a painful degree. Maybe suffering pains in the name of a degree for some. Nevertheless, it is the over-analysis that is trapping you in the past, that is trapping you in your emotions, that is confusing you. And that is the reason why you are asked to find, again, this quiet, peaceful, patient, tempered balance. And I'll repeat it one more time. Between upholding the responsibilities and the duties of this victor, though they may be questioning the path that you may be questioning the path that you've sped very quickly onto, and finding ways to, yes, analyze to a healthy extent and cure that feeling of being trapped. Maybe it will ultimately mean getting off of this path, getting out of this commitment, this choice. But before you are out of it, in the meantime, how do you honor and uphold the commitment that you've already made and already find yourself in? So we could get detailed with that, but we won't. You apply it to your situation, only because I'm already about 15 minutes into the reading, and I really feel like we've worked our way through the basics of it. Of course, if you would like to expand on that, or you would like a personal reading with me, I do have those options down below in the description box. This reading, I did not say at the beginning, is for Pisceans of any kind: Pisces sun, moon, rising, Venus, Mars, or any other placement, or for anyone who has felt drawn to or has been identifying with the Pisces energy for any reason. It's also being recorded in the second week of December 2020, and yet, as almost all messages on this channel, it can be applied to you at any time. It might resonate with you at any time. So keep that in mind if you're finding it at a later date. And keep in mind that you overcome this, Pisces. If you've stuck with the message this far, you're maturing to a new emotional level. You know, I'm not saying that you haven't previously mastered your emotions, but this is a new challenge. I think it was something or someone that you were very, very excited about, and rushed into it for what felt like all the right reasons. Again, maybe because it's someone or something that we find in your deep past. And so it's sort of coming to fruition, or it came to fruition for you at long last, or it does in the near future, at least. I think it already has. And so you find yourself in a very, very strange and confusing place where you've finally gotten something that you were sure your heart and soul was calling for a long time, and you find that it's a trap after all. But because we're keeping in mind that we get what we give, that we are able to grow what we are able to commit. I do think that it's very important for you to find a balance between being this champion, honoring this win, honoring that which you are taking away from the situation as a gain, who it's made you, where it's leading you, how quickly it's progressed you, this path, this choice, this commitment. And also doing so in a healthy way, by also honoring the fact that you see this trap that you are either in or are creating for yourself, and you will take the necessary steps at the necessary pace to avoid it. I mean, it's rushing into the situation that has gotten you in such a weird and confusing spot where you're not sure if you want out of it. You're not sure how you can feel trapped while moving forward so quickly, perhaps for some of you. So let us not act too quickly in getting back out of the situation. Let us not act so quickly and so rashly that we refuse to uphold any of the responsibilities of this victor that you have now become, refuse to honor the win that you have that maybe many others would have liked to have had in your place. Let us not dishonor that and move away from that so quickly that we then find ourselves quickly regretting all over again, right? And I don't think you totally regret this choice. I think for most of you, what we're looking at is that the progress, the fast forward movement has been so fast, in fact, that you are becoming or finding the need to become a little bit of a workaholic, or a lot of bit of a workaholic for some of you. And therein lies this need for quiet, effortless focus. Perhaps patient, slow movement in finding that precision, that balance, and honoring both sides of this coin, so to speak. And the message with an equal give and take, getting what you give in return. If you give a rushed, anxious, sort of hectic vibe, maybe product or energy out to whomever you are offering it to, be it a lover, a friend, a client, or multiple people, you can expect to receive that same energy and stress back in some form from those individuals, or just in general from the energy in your life, the gifts in the universe, right? So just because the pace has picked up, the demand, the orders, the level of of a relationship. Just because the intensity level has picked up doesn't mean that you're not still the driver, that you're not still in control of the things that are within your control. You know what those are in your specific situation. And that's part of this slow, precise balance, is to review those things. What is actually in your control? What is the next step? It's sort of the feeling of a eat this elephant one bite at a time kind of thing. Yeah, just maintain the responsibilities of the victor that you've become while taking the necessary steps to be healthy. Meaning, doing it at a healthy pace, making time for self-care, but not just saying it and not just putting it on the list or in your planner, actually doing it, actually prioritizing yourself rather than compromising yourself when you know and feel and believe that it is a moment, a defining moment in doing so. So if over analysis is going to be applied to the situation, allow it to be applied in that specific way. What things are in my control? What's the next necessary healthy step? And at every step along the way, at every stopping point along the way, is this a defining moment for me in choosing this other person or this other activity over what my personal self and life needs, as you are the one who's giving this other person what they're asking of? Do you have it to give at the moment, right? That's what I'm referring to as a defining moment. If it's going to change the dynamic, if it's going to invite you to repeatedly choose this person over you in the future, then it's it can be labeled a defining moment, right? So I think that speaks very nicely to the balance that you're asked to find here, Pisces. Again, your emotional mastery triumphs and very likely more than overcomes. It very likely levels up here in the outcome, the future of the situation. So it's a challenge that, you know, you're being asked to meet because it's molding you. This is a balance you have to find in order to keep moving forward on this path, or just to move forward in general if the truth is that you are shifting to a new one. So with that, Pisces, I think I will actually let you go now. Let that marinate. I do hope that this helped. I do have so much love for you, and I want to say happy holidays, and I'll be back with more messages for us just as soon as I can be.